Today live. As Easter approaches, many people undertake fasts by giving up sweets or meat or other treats. But what are the health consequences of prolonged fasting? Regular contributor Dr. Will Clower is here to show us how to make the most of a healthy fast. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, so people fast for all kinds of reasons. Tell us some of what you hear.
Well, there are a lot of different types of fast. So fasting is just the voluntary restriction of food, right?
Okay.
And so you can have an absolute fast, which is typically around 24 hours or so, where
Meaning
you just
no food at
no
all.
nothing. And then there are other types of fasts that are controlled, intermittent fasting, or fasting where you use fruit and vegetable juices as your nutrients.
Okay, where you drink only that, but nothing else, that
That's
kind of
correct.
thing? Okay.
That's correct. The fasting that we're most used to, especially at this time of the year, is due to Lent, for example. And it's really interesting, Christine, when you look at the different types of fasting inside the research literature in terms of what it's doing to your body.
Yeah.
Because when you fast, it can be either really good or really bad.
Huh.
And it depends on that context.
Okay.
So if you do a fast inside some sort of, say, religious context,
Right.
whether it's in our tradition, Lent, whether it's Ramadan, whether it's Greek Orthodox, whatever that tradition is, it tends to be that the numbers for your heart health, this is in the Greek tradition, it goes way up, so it's good for your heart.
Wow.
In the Ramadan tradition, it improves your immunity and reduces inflammation in your body for doing their types of fast.
Yeah.
However, there's other data showing that if you just stick somebody in a room and you shut the door and say, okay, you're not eating right now, that a lot of bad things happen.
Why is that? I mean,
well,
how could your body know why you're doing it for different reasons?
Exactly. It's the connection between how your body works and how you feel, your emotional side of things. They are so intimately connected.
Wow.
So, for example, in this great Ansel Keys study where they took a ton of people and they just said, okay, we're fasting now. And what they found is that their blood pressure went up, they didn't actually lose a lot of weight because their body went into starvation mode. And as soon as they came off of it, they were prone to binging. And so they did these big cycle swings in their weight and their eating, and it turned out to be really, really bad for them. And when their body goes into a stressy mode like that, it holds on to all the fat it does have. So any fat you do eat goes right into storage.
Wow.
Even worse, Christine, if you're on a prolonged fast for weight loss like that, where there's your body takes it as a stressor, then it still needs sugar, it still needs glucose, it still needs energy. And if your body's holding on to all the fat, then what it'll do is convert your muscles into sugar. You will get muscle wasting when you approach fasting from this perspective.
Wow. So if you did the exact same thing, but for other reasons, like religious reasons, you're saying your body could actually have a different result.
That's exactly right. And that's what you see inside the literature.
Interesting.
And you know, it's funny. Benjamin Franklin, you guys were talking about Benjamin Franklin earlier on. He says a lot of really neat things. One of the things he said is, to lengthen thy life, lessen thy meals. And it turns out that caloric restriction, done well, leads to a longer life in experimental animals and me and you.
Wow.
Just lessen thy meals. However, again, it's got to be done well.
So what if someone's going to do a fast for religious reasons, hopefully, because it sounds like that's the best way to do it. Is there something they should do to prepare their body so it does, they feel well?
There should be, given how much you're eating, there should be a transition to the type of fast that you do. So in a Lenten tradition, for example, you will avoid meat on Fridays. That's why you see fish fries everywhere, because somehow fish didn't count. It's a loophole. I don't know. But if you go draconian all at once and just shut the spigot off, your body will take that as a stressor. So whether you're fasting for this tradition or that, it doesn't matter. Just make sure that you don't just turn off all food, because then your body will work in the opposite direction.
Can you get a benefit from one of those cleansings, though, where you kind of cleanse your body and, like you were saying, use the juice or something like that?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But again, you have to take it slow and you have to walk into it, and don't start from the end, start all at once. You can't do that.
And is there something you should be doing to supplement your body, whether it's vitamins or something like that, while you're cleansing?
Not really, not really, no. As long as the things that you are eating, like the fruit juices, have nutrients in them, then you're good. And the nice thing is that your body kind of cleanses itself. Your liver gets to, it does what it's supposed to do. It cleanses your body. It rights the ship.
Wow, it
Yeah.
sounds very interesting. All right, well, thanks for your advice, Will.
Absolutely.
And we'll have more tips for healthy living. You can find them on Dr. Will Clower's website, which is linked to kdka.com/PTL.